It is Lindsay and Hailey here. We are so excited to be live with you guys today. We're bringing you a super fun workout all to do with building an affordable home gym with our go-to curated list of Amazon finds. So we're going to be doing a full body equipment workout at home, Pilates style. I'll be rotating different pieces of equipment. We'll talk you a little bit through where to grab them, and the list, the links, everything is in the description below. I'm working with about 5-6 different pieces of equipment, all super affordable and very small, so easy to store. So when I say like build your home gym, it's not like, oh, I have a dedicated room or a lot of space for anything. It's just quick, easy tools for you to get fit and get results from home. And I'm with my girl, Hailey, here today. Hi, Hailey. Can you introduce yourself to everyone? We're so excited to have you.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me, Pilates On Demand, everyone that's here, and of course, Lindsay. I'm so delighted to be a guest. Hi, I'm Hailey Feldman, and I am a live shopping host, and you could follow me in the captions on my YouTube, My Chic Style.
Yes, so be sure to check her out because she has really helped us put this whole Amazon list together. And we're going to take her through a workout. So if you already have the equipment at home, grab it, follow along with us. Or if you're curious about what these pieces of fitness equipment do, you can get some ideas. And if you're like, oh, I want to try that, you can follow along with this video after you get it. Or I've got tons of other workouts on the channel with all of this equipment. This is the equipment I use to film. Yeah. So guys, what we're going to start with is the Pilates ball. So it's kind of like a squishy ball. When you get it, it's not inflated. It usually comes with like a little pump for you to inflate, and then you plug it here.
Yeah.
So yes. So it comes. Yeah, and my kind of tip for this is don't overinflate. So you want it to have a little bit of give. That's going to be important. If there's no give, the exercises won't feel right. I guess that's the way to put it. Oh, there's the pump. It looks like a balloon pump or like a tire pump, but you don't need like any special helium or anything. You just need to pump it.
It's so great. And Lindsay and I chose this because it comes with 2 balls here. And it's so usually you have to buy like an extra pump, right? Like usually does it come with a pump?
Sometimes, yeah, they don't come with it. Or you
have 2 here.
I think I just had to blow this one up.
Yeah, it's just so easy. Again, like at home, easy, affordable finds. Again, these are in the Amazon shopping list that we created.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll find that below. So guys, today what I have planned for us to kick off this workout is some abs with the ball. So if you have the ball, grab the ball. If not, stay tuned to see what you can do to your core if you get the ball. So we're going to bring it down to the ground. And we're going to lay all the way down on our back. So we want to press the lower back into the floor. So the spine is completely down. And then you're going to bring your legs to tabletop and glue them together. Now take the ball and put it on the top of the thighs. So not in between the thighs, but right in front of them.
I think I know what you're about to do.
It's so good. You're going to put your hands on the ball, like making a sandwich between your hands, the ball, and your legs. And you're going to exhale, squeeze your hands and knees into the ball, hold for 3 counts, and then release the pressure on the ball. So you're driving your palms and legs into the ball. We're tightening from the stomach muscles. You should feel a little shake, and then inhale to release. So as you press into the ball, I want you to think of your lat muscle, the underneath part of the arm, sliding down. Your shoulders move further away from your ears.
Is this the one when I texted you after doing, this is the one on the membership, right? That I did, the single hand one. I was like, Lindsay, I'm about to throw up.
Yes, guys, if you haven't seen yet or checked it out, I have a new membership here on the channel that I have exclusive videos for. So it's just like more content, more available for you. So if you want to do more and more Pilates workouts or trampoline workouts, I got you.
Yeah, it was really great. It was so subtle like this. Oh my gosh. And now I'm thinking about sandwiches, Lindsay.
And now we're thinking about sandwiches, you're right. about this exercise is it's super targeted, and it's also not from having to lift your neck, which I think is great because I know a lot of times when people start ab work, they get a little bit freaked out about their neck. So this would be a great way to start building core strength, this exercise right here, without having to do too much extra movement, right? So it's very isolated in your stomach muscles. So we're gonna go for 3 more. So the hands and the thighs press into the ball. You wanna think of your upper and lower abdominal muscles coming together as you do that. And then inhale to release. Good. So we exhale, squeeze the body. I want you to really press the air out of the body as you exhale to help sink the belly button deeper and deeper. I can definitely feel it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, everyone, I'm not a Pilates expert. She is. So if you're looking for instruction, don't watch me. Watch Lindsay. So, oh wait, now I forgot my question. Oh, should my arms be dying right now as well as my abs?
Yeah, you're gonna feel the triceps for sure.
Oh my god.
Definitely. So it is sneaky. It gives you a little bonus there.
Yeah.
So let's put the legs down and rest the legs for a second. Do a little windshield wiper.
Oh, I love this. This is I can do this all day long. It's like a lower back massage.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna level up what we just did. And if it's too much for you, you can stick with the legs in tabletop. Okay, so straightening the legs to the ceiling now and gluing them together. Again, the ball is gonna be on the front of the thighs and the hands are gonna be on the ball. You're going to slide your shoulders down, draw your belly to your lower back so your spine touches the floor, and then exhale, press your arms and your thighs into the ball, and this movement's coming from your abs, and then inhale to release. So you're gonna breathe out, sandwich the ball, and then breathe in to release. So I'm gonna do one more layer. If you are more advanced and you feel comfortable adding the neck, as you press the hands and thighs into the ball, you're gonna curl up, leading with the chest, and then you're gonna do a little release of the pressure and lower the head down. Okay. So find the pressure between the hands and the thighs. Use that core connection to lift your chest off the ground. And then we inhale back down.
Oh my gosh.
Good. So we're gonna exhale, firmly press our hands and thighs together, lift from your rib cage, right, rather than the neck. And then inhale to release.
Oh my god.
How are you feeling, Hailey? Are you feeling the abs?
Well, so, okay, as a non-expert, I was feeling it a lot of my hands, but then I realized I wasn't pushing back enough with my thighs.
Okay.
And when I finally I just did that and squeezed my belly in, and oh my gosh, I'm shaking like a leaf.
Good. Yeah. So make sure it's both the legs and the hands. Now you got it. The legs are going to be more using the low abs, and the hands are going to be more like the rib cage upper abs area. Good. Okay, guys, let's do 3 more. So we're going to exhale, draw our core connection to the mat, squeeze the ball, and inhale to release. Good. So I want you to create a lot of pressure in the ball, but not so much that it causes tension in the shoulders and the neck. Okay, guys, last one here. We're going to exhale, hold the curl up. Now you're going to roll the ball up the thighs to the toes and then roll it back down. So you're coming up higher into the crunch and then you're rolling it back to the mat. So when you come up into the crunch, exhale. When you come back down, inhale. Squeeze those inner thighs nice and tight. If you have any neck issues, you could totally put one hand behind the head and just roll the ball up and down with one hand. That's a great modification. What we're doing here using the ball is just helping us really get the shoulder blades off the ground. Because sometimes I see the people lift their head, they just lift their head, right? This isn't the abs, this is your neck kind of straightening. So the upper back lifting is going to be how we access those core muscles.
That really helped opening up, just doing it with one hand. Then I was like, okay, because I think I was relying too much on my hands.
Okay, yeah.
That
Let's
helped.
do 3 more. We got 3. Good breathing, Hailey. I hear it. Nice, guys. Last one. We curl it up. And we're going to roll it down. Okay, last thing for the abs here with the ball. We're going to use the ball for the inner thigh. So now put the ball between your knees. If you need to modify, feet are down. Otherwise, we're up in tabletop. I want you to actually squeeze that ball. So imagine I'm standing next to you. I'm going to put my hand on the ball and try to pull it out. You can even do that to yourself. Like if you're able to slide the ball out, then we're not really squeezing the ball enough. Like I want you to go for it. Squeeze it as tight as you can. Okay. Hands behind the head. We're going to exhale, curl up, squeeze the ball tighter. And then inhale, lower, back down. So we're coming into an ab crunch. We're lifting and lowering the chest. The lower half is stable. But I think one thing that happens when there's a part of the body that isn't moving, sometimes we get lazy with it and we think it's not working. Now, just because the legs are not moving does not mean they're not working. If I was really relaxed here, my feet would just be hanging out. The ball would be very easy to pull out, right? So we want to be really active with the lower half. The more we stabilize that lower half, the more our upper body really has to work for the core, for the ab crunch. So it's basically getting better results by working the form better here.
I just like that I'm getting my abs, oh my gosh, and my inner thighs all in one, because
I know.
I'm not into that at all. It's too much of all these long workouts. I'm like, this is great. I love this because now I'll zip up my jeans easier in one exercise.
Let's zip it on up. Okay, guys, we're gonna stay lifted. Option to reach the arms forward, squeeze the ball as tight as you can, and they're gonna pulse that chest. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. You have the option of reaching the arms forward, or you can put the hands behind the head. I want you to really relax your shoulders down. Use your lats and keep the collarbone open. Good. Lower half is super still. Your chest is leaving up and down 1 inch off that mat. And I'm standing right next to you, trying to pull the ball out between your knees. And if you lose the ball, I'd be an unhappy Pilates instructor. Okay, we're here for 10. 9, belly button in. 8, you got it. 7, 6, woo, breaking a sweat for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, okay. And that is burner. Now my legs are shaking, my core is shaking. So this is just a couple of exercises that we can do with the Pilates ball. I will say the Pilates ball is by far one of my favorite pieces of equipment, specifically for abs. You can do a bunch of other exercises with them for sure, but as far as the abs, even if it wasn't just Pilates and it's personal training, this guy, it really targets the abs. So guys, hi, good to see you on here. We are going to move to another piece of equipment here that I love, which is the heavy fabric band. So just like the ball, you can use this for so many different exercises, but my favorite exercises are for the legs. So specifically this region, for the outer hips and the glutes. I want to quickly show you the difference of why I prefer rubber bands for arms versus the fabric band. The fabric band has so much tension. The arm strength is just really hard to pull that band apart. So for me, I feel like the form would just get kind of crappy. Versus, I use a fabric or a rubber band. It's got a lot more give to it, and I can access the muscles better without kind of jacking my shoulders up. So that's one reason I like to have both sets. A little bit more for arms and range of motion, more for the booty. So we're gonna stand up, Hailey. She doesn't know what I planned for you guys today.
No,
so she's like, uh-oh. So we're gonna pop the fabric band on above the knees on the thighs. This is the heavy one. And Hailey, I think the package we put on our Amazon list has like multiple strengths, right?
I think the fabric has 3.
Okay. So I think one of the best things about that is like, just because I'm your teacher and I say, hey, let's use the heavy fabric band. If you do it and it's too heavy, then you have the option of medium and light. Remember, always pick something that's going to help you be successful in the exercise and let you maintain form. It's not worth doing heavier weight if you can't hold the form. Form number one. Okay, pop the band on. We're moving into the legs, guys.
Wait, Lindsay, question.
Yes.
Which way do I put the band? On this side or this side?
Okay, that's an
Does
awesome
it matter at all?
Yes, this side where the lines are, it's got like you could probably feel it's got, what would you call it, like a rubbery kind of material.
Yes.
So we want that on the body, on the leggings or the legs, because that won't slide. That's why they made it like that.
Well, that makes sense.
So we're in our bands, and we're gonna start with something super simple. They say the squats. So I want your legs wide enough that there's already tension. That's already a great way to intensify the exercise. The toes are gonna just slightly angle out, like a 45-degree angle. Okay, so before we start, glue your whole foot to the mat. If your legs were relaxed, they would look like this, and we do not want that. So your thighs are actively opening that band even before we squat. Good, and Hailey, turn your feet in a hair. So just a little less turn out. You got it.
I'm also on a light band, so that's probably why I'm more
out. It's easier for you to turn out, right? So turn out less from your feet and think to open the band more from your outer hips, your upper thighs.
Oh, that's a big
And then we're gonna move the hips back and start to lower down into that squat, and you're not gonna let the band pull the knees in. So that's what the band's helping us with, is getting the nice tracking of the legs in the squats and really using the hips, right? Because something about a squat that gets a little funky is people could really just use their knees to do this. So if you're going into a squat and your knees are diving in like this, you're putting more pressure in your knee, not really accessing your glutes and your outer hips. Looking good. So we've got that slight turn out of the feet, and you're gonna move your hips back and then start to lower them down. Now, as you start to stand up, I want you to squeeze your butt, and that's gonna lift you up.
Okay. And then where should my weight be? Should it be forward or like behind?
Good question. The hips are definitely moving back. But the center of gravity, like your chest is still staying kind of like right over your heels. So for a squat, we don't want to fold forward, but the back will naturally, here standing, the back will naturally hinge forward, but not because I'm sending it forward, right? I'm trying to keep my spine tall, abs in, and it's going to tilt forward a little bit just because of the natural movement of the body here. Good. Okay, Hailey, go sideways for me. Let me get a view of the side so we can see if there's any. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, let's see what we're working with, guys. Okay, so feet are grounded. Yeah. You're going to open the band. There's lots of tension on the band because of the strength of your hips.
Oh my gosh, I'm like dying.
Yes. Into the glutes. And then you're going to drive through the foot and squeeze your glutes to stand.
I can't stand Linz. It's
tight.
But I'd rather do like what, 10 of these than 20 without this.
Right.
40, right. 50. This is like killer. Woo.
I love your slow pace.
It's because I can't truly I mean, it's good because it's slow, but like it's hard. I'm fighting the band as I come up because I don't want to cave in.
That's such a great way to say it, is fighting the band. Yep. Good work.
I'm not trying to go slow. Oh, I love it.
It's working. It's working. Okay, guys, we're gonna do a hold at the bottom now. So here we go. We're gonna drop it down nice and low. Find your squat. Abs are in, and you're gonna pulse your knees out and out into the tension. So they're gonna move just in an inch, and you're gonna drive out, try to break that band. Now, I don't want this to affect your foot. So it's not so big that the weight is rolling in and out on the foot. The whole foot is anchored. Try not to collapse in the arch as the knees slightly come in. And then as you press the knees out, try not to lift the arch. So just keep that foot really stable. That's a fixed point here. We're moving the thighs. Woo!
When I go out, it's like, it's hard to go out. I'm out now, but then coming in is so fast and easy.
Yes.
But that's a problem, right? That's not
Okay,
good.
love that you mentioned this. When you come in, it's a controlled in. It's not like you just slingshotting it in and letting the band pull you. So yes, you can feel that that's the work when you go out, but I want you to work to slowly bring it in almost like you don't want to, and then drive out, try to break the band again.
Hi, Richard. Nice to see you. Okay, Lindsay.
Yes.
It's hard going out. It's hard just being here. But what you just said, slowly bringing it in, I'm like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna ever stand properly. Like this is, it's the in that's really hard.
When you really resist that. Yep. Woo! Okay,
shaky.
Last one right here. Woo! Okay, and then stand up, give your hips a little bit of a break. So, hi, Richard. So, you guys, we're gonna go for the skater exercise. Oh, girl, stand back up. We're not done with the band. She tried to get out of it.
Is it just me, or can anybody else? Is everybody else shaking too?
So one more exercise I want to show you guys with this band is an exercise called skater. And this is a Pilates reformer repertoire exercise. And this is a way to take the exercise and do it on the mat. You could totally do this with no equipment. You could do this with the rubber band, and you can also do this with the fabric band. So the fabric band is going to be like your most intense option. So we're going to slide that band on. Our feet are at this hips distance parallel position. And I want you to really stand into your right heel and send your pelvis back. Your right leg is the non-moving leg, but it's probably going to feel this the most. You're going to take your left leg and tap it out without letting this right knee move anywhere. And then tap it back in. So there is no weight in the left leg as we tap out and in. I'm going to show you guys this from the side in just a second. Your hips are back behind your heel, and your chest is really long. So extend this chest to the front room. Good. That looks great, Hailey. See how we're not letting this knee move? I'll show you guys what we don't want to see is when you pull the band, this pulls the knee, like that's a definite no. And we've lost all the hip strength here. So this is what I was saying earlier. The great thing is these come in different strengths. If you're not able to maintain this form, that's totally okay, but the band's then too heavy. Accept it, drop down to a lighter band, you'll get more out of it.
I'm on the lightest one it comes in, and I've been doing Pilates for over a decade, and I'm dying right now.
And we feel the hips, right?
I'm feeling everything, the whole thing. And do I lean my weight a little bit to the right, or what do I do with my weight? A little bit.
So actually, I want you to just stay totally centered. I want you to stay in the right foot, but I don't want you sideways.
Okay.
So your center of gravity, if you have both feet down, is still the same, like right in between the center of the feet. Okay, so let's switch sides. So come to stand in the left foot. I'm going to show this one from the side real quick. So booty back behind the heels, abs in, and a straight spine. So we're definitely not like this. So elongate the spine. Now stay into the left leg. The right leg is light, and you're going to tap that out and in. So as my right leg stretches to the right, my outer left thigh is pushing open into the resistance band.
Good. Oh. Oh, but I need to be more centered.
That looks nice. Let's see.
Ooh.
Looking good, Hailey.
All
So
right.
hip bones and shoulders both face forward. You're nice and low in the squat, but remember, you don't have to be like down here. Yeah, I would rather you be higher up and be able to maintain stability and really good form in the spine. So as you can see, it's really all about where you can maintain the form.
I think that just being able to do this, it requires a lot of stability.
Totally. It's almost like you have a water cup right here, and you are really trying to not spill it. So like this would be another thing that I'm like, that wouldn't be this exercise. That would lose a lot of what the exercise is about. Let's do 3 more for 30. Oh my gosh. And 2. Woo! And last one. Okay, she's done. The hips are done. How are you doing, guys? Oh my God. R. Lewis, you always crack me up. So we are gonna move to our next piece of equipment. So we're gonna grab the rubber band. And like I demoed, I prefer this for arms. I also like it for certain leg exercises that I want more range of motion for sure. But some of the arm moves, like I'll give you a quick little demo of this close up. This is our external rotation, right? Really good for shoulder rehab and health. I'm not even gonna say the exercise yet. I'll teach it in a second. I just want you to see this. Elbows are in and pulling the band out, and I have a great form. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's the point is I like the rubber band. I'm not great. So look at it when I do it with the fabric band. It's just not the same thing. Like I can't move the band, right? So for me, it just not really just for me. As a trainer, I would not suggest using this for that exercise. Like it won't go anywhere.
So Lindsay, so you're saying in this exercise, don't use this band, use one of these.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna
just to quadruple clarify. And now, wait, hold on. Now I was being silly, but like actually, which one do I choose? There's so many. This is medium. And then I have extra light.
For arms, I prefer extra light or light. Like no matter how strong you are, no matter how advanced, I'd say arm work. Yeah, one of those. I'm gonna use a light. I actually even like the extra light even more, but I lost it. So
I found an extra light.
Okay, so you try the extra light. I'm gonna use light. And you don't like the fabric band?
Me? Oh, somebody else.
Okay, so here we go, guys. You are gonna slide your 4 fingers through this rubber band and your thumb is free. If you have some kind of issue with your fingers and you do not like that, you could 100% put it around the wrists, right? If you wanna do hands-free. The hooking of the thumb just keeps it a little bit more stable, I would say, but that's just another option for you. So I'm gonna plug my arms into my sides. They are glued. There is no space between my upper arm and my waist, right? Oh yeah, Hailey, look at those arm muscles, girl.
I've been working out with you. I'm so jacked now.
You're gonna pull the band apart just with the forearm. So notice when I push my forearm out, my elbow hasn't left. My elbow is in. And then you're gonna bring your hand back in line with your elbow. So you're squeezing your biceps into your sides as you push out to the sides with your forearms, and then you're gonna bring it back in. Now from my fingertips to my elbow, I'm making one straight line and I'm not bending at the wrist, yeah?
Oh, okay, so, okay.
Yeah.
That.
So like I had said earlier when we were doing abs, how I said it's important to also think about the non-moving part. So that would be your upper arm. So just because it's not moving doesn't mean it's not working. And let me demo what that would look like here. If I was relaxed and not using my upper arm strength and I push the band out, my elbows will leave.
Oh.
right? That's just a different exercise. That's more like a lateral raise. So I'm using the strength of my upper arms to squeeze in as my lower arm presses out, and that is going to make the shoulder exercise feel a lot more intense.
And what about my stomach and should I be feeling it like as I'm in this position? Like I even feel it in my legs after doing that workout.
Yeah, so kneeling is definitely going to activate your core a lot more, right? When you're standing up, you have a little bit more help from the legs. So when we bring it down to kneeling, we're now balancing on the knees and we're trying to not move the rest of the body, which to keep balance, we really need that core strength to draw in. So yeah, you're definitely always working the abs everywhere in Pilates.
Oh my gosh.
Good.
Is it the same concept about when coming in is arguably more important?
Love, love, love. Yes. So, right, how much work we put into when we go out, you want to think of also having that effort on the way in. Like, yes, you're releasing the resistance, but you're resisting that. For example, I'm not just relaxing. I mean, if I just relax, the band would just snap back in. So you can get a lot more strength gains out of it is if you don't just work it on the way out, but also work it on the way in.
I love that. And the hands are like this, like you're about to get something out of the oven, right?
Right. Yes.
For me, it'd be like something very badly burnt. Okay, that's good. Like now I'll remember. Like
badly
oven.
burnt.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna switch exercises, and this is a Pilates reformer one called serving. So I want you to rotate your palms up, and there's tension out laterally on the band. So it's taut and it's not kind of hanging, right? So we're already working. There's a little tension. Chest is open, and you're gonna reach the band out at shoulder height, and then flex your biceps, pull in. So you're gonna reach out, squeeze into your biceps, pull in.
Should I? Okay, I've done this on the reformer lens, and I'm so excited for a reformer video. Oh my gosh. But like it's very, very different with this band. So
right. So get your pinky all the way up into the band. Really rotate the palm straight up, palm to the ceiling. Yeah. Now push out into the band so it's tight. Good. So there's tension on the band the whole time. You're going to reach it forward, and then you're going to pull it into your sides.
How far back? Like this, is that too much or just
I would just bring it right into the side of your body and not all the way back.
To starting position.
Yeah, to starting, exactly.
I could do that, hopefully, for maybe one more time.
Oh my gosh, I love this comment. QVC has nothing on YouTube. We need to get you both a higher numbered channel. QVC, here we come. So as you can feel, we're just holding a little bit of tension on the band, but the big bonus here is something you have to create internally. It's the flexing of the bicep, right? So I could go in and out all day, not really making it challenging for myself. So another way to think about this would be like the air is thick or you're moving through mud and it's hard to pull the arms in and it's hard to send them out. Yeah, I know. I'm feeling it too, right?
Well, I mean, I always say it's like, why bother working out if you're not going to do it efficiently?
Yeah, you might as well get something out of it.
That's why I joined your membership, because it's like it just makes things so much faster and more efficient. And that's why I look like, Thor right now with my arms. Careful if you become a member. Like,
so we're gonna move to biceps. So the band's gonna stay out at shoulder height, and I want you to keep your chest nice and open. So when the arms are forward, try not to spread your shoulder blades apart. Rather, draw them together a little bit. You're gonna make fists. The right arm is not going to move, and we're gonna bicep curl the left arm to us. So arms are straight forward at shoulder height. Straight, yeah, you got it. And then bicep curl the left arm in, resist the right. Good, you got it. So you're squeezing in both directions. And one of the best things Hailey has pointed out, which is so true for all these exercises, is remember, it's not just about the way in that's hard, but also the way out. Because here on the way out, I could just release and it would slingshot my arm and I have no work there. So I curl the bicep and then I try to keep squeezing my bicep as I release the band.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is crazy. I did arms yesterday and now I'm like questioning why I thought that was good.
But if it hurts, just that's what the lovely thing about the resistance bands. You just
Right.
adjust, right?
And I'm sure, like, what do you think of this extra light tension right now? Like, you're feeling it, right?
Dying.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be heavy to make it hard,
And I love that I'm not thinking about, oh, when is this going to end? I'm thinking about okay, I'm coming in now, slowly resisting out,
Yeah.
which is great because it like tricks you into forgetting that you're actually, working out here.
Let's switch arms. So we're gonna now curl the right arm in and the left arm is stable. And then you're gonna resist in both directions. So just making sure the shoulders are actively dropping down off the neck. The abs are tight, especially if you are kneeling. I mean, you need to have tight abs no matter what, but if you're kneeling and you want to maintain that stability, you're going to have to brace the core even more. Like it forces you to really work the center.
Okay, and my hands are still turned upwards, right?
Yeah, and for this one, you can grip the band, kind of like make fists.
Oh, that helps.
It's okay to have the hands long, like you do too. The fist, if you feel like it's safer, like you can keep it in place. Like if you're having a hard time keeping in place with the hands straight, feel free to make a fist. But one is not right or wrong. The only thing that would be wrong about this is if I'll show it with a hand flat and bent, is if you're bending the wrist. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on your wrist. So we don't want that. So, which you were not doing. I'm just giving a demo of make sure the wrist is long.
No, I would know. It's my wrist from horseback riding. But that's why I love this exercise because I don't have to be doing like push-ups and heavy wrist stuff.
Right. No. Yeah. So even if the fist is bent too, make sure you don't flex. It's all stacked. Woo! Okay, last one. You're a good student, Hailey. You're like, wait, back to it. Oh my gosh, I'm totally feeling it.
Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. You're very motivating.
Oh, thank you, Hailey. Let's do one more move with this guy. We're going to do triceps. So to counter the biceps. So you're going to hold the band, make fists. Take your left arm across your waist like a seatbelt. And then angle your right elbow back. So it's kind of like in a row position. You're going to lean forward a little bit. And then you're going to push the band straight back and up for the triceps. So this is a tricep kickback with the band. One of the important things, yep, you got it. And you can make a fist or you can have a flat palm. Same thing, just don't break at the wrist wherever you are. Keep it nice and straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So a way to quickly make this a little lighter is to not pull so much with the left hand, right? Move the left hand further towards the arm that's doing the kickback. And a quick way to make it heavier is to pull tension and move your left arm to the left. Now, my number one thing about this exercise is starting here in the shoulder. So if your shoulder looks like this, then we're not having the best form. The band might be too tight. So we need to roll the shoulder off the chest, collarbone wide, the whole time. We've got to maintain that through the kickback. So when you go into your tricep kickback, make sure this guy doesn't happen. So I'm going to kick back and the shoulder rolls in, right? That's not like great form. So remember, like I said, this is one of the themes of today. Think about what's not working, or not moving. Doesn't mean it's not working. So the upper arm isn't really working here. Yeah, it's in a stable position. But the more you can stabilize that upper arm, the more you're going to feel it in the tricep. Okay, Hailey, last one. Woo!
Now I know why you chose the extra light, because it's actually harder.
I think it's harder, right? Because you can really hold it and squeeze.
Lindsay, you tricked me. I was thinking, oh, good, thank goodness she did extra light. Because I'm like, oh my God. But actually, it brings more instability.
Yeah,
So
that's a good point too. Because it will snap quicker. Yeah.
Whew.
Let's do the other tricep. So you're gonna hold that band, make fist, take the right arm across the waist, your left elbow's up behind you. You're gonna take the front of that left shoulder and move it off the chest. Yeah, and then you're gonna push the band back and bend the arm.
You know what's great about this is that you could always just pause and rewind if you need to.
Oh, for sure. You can do multiple sets.
Right now, because right now I'm like, wait, I'm doing this differently. What did I do wrong? So straighten up. I grasp.
You can hinge forward a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. That looks great. Yeah, so tilt your tailbone back and lean your chest into it a little. And that's going to really get your core going too, because you're hinging forward, so the abs are on. Yeah, and so one tip too about this that I didn't mention on the last one is I want you to make sure you're feeling in the back of the arm and not your elbow. So if you are a hyperextender and you slam the arm back, it's probably going to jam into your elbow joint and it's not going to feel great. So that's the other beautiful thing about this slow controlled motion is you're telling your body move from the back of your upper arm on the way out and then slowly bring it in rather than popping through the elbow. Oops, I saw my shoulder, I fixed it.
Yeah, you know, I screenshotted your video once for like the form, and then
really?
so that I could have it as like a reference.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, because then if I'm doing, say, I go for my run, I'm just doing a little stretch. I'm like, oh gosh, I better just do a quick little tricep exercise.
Right.
If I'm doing it wrong, I go back to my screenshots. Like, oh right, okay, actually, I like go a little bit forward. Just like a little tip that I do on your videos. I don't know.
Thank
It's
you.
helpful.
Love it. Okay, let's say thank you to the rubber band. We're gonna put it away, and we are going to grab the long resistance bands. So range of motion, right? This would be why I would use this rather than the circular rubber band. It has a lot more, I guess, like distance you could use with it. So let's do an example of a bicep curl on this band versus the bicep curl we did there. Like I could actually stand on the band and do a bicep curl with this band. Or I could do like a shoulder press. I mean, that has so much more range of motion. So it's just kind of a different exercise. So this band, these long bands also come in tons of different, they come in different lengths. I think this is a 6 foot one, but I think they have even longer because I'm not very tall. So say you're like a guy and you're 6 foot tall and you're standing on this band. If you do a bicep curl, it's going to feel a lot more tense because you're up here, right? So the band has to come a lot further up. So sometimes just because I'm using light and you're using light doesn't mean the resistance is going to feel the exact same. So, body dimensions can affect how this band works. They also come in a lot of different tensions. So this is the really light one.
Yeah.
And then I think there's like, what's all in this pack? We have like 3 more left resistance.
Yeah, this one is extra heavy, which no. This one's the extra light, and then red's light, and then medium. And I guess I think my heavy one might be in my gym bag.
Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, thank you, Jennifer. I see some comments coming in. How do we become members? In the description below, I have a join the membership, and there are a bunch of stars around it. So you click that, and then click Pilates On Demand member, and you become a member for exclusive videos. And also, I didn't mention this, but these come in latex-free options. This has latex in it, but if you have an issue with it, there are definitely those are definitely available. And that I believe we put that on our list too, right, Hailey?
Sorry, I was just looking at Jennifer's comment. Super cool. I think she comes to my live shows on Amazon.
Great.
Hi, Jennifer. So, yes, there is latex and latex-free options for those with more sensitive skin like me.
Yes.
What am I doing here, Linz?
Okay, so banded bicep curls. So we're standing on the band, and you're just gonna make it even on both sides. And then you can wrap your hands around the band to feel more secure, or it can also add more tension. You're gonna glue your elbows into your waist, and we're curling up and down.
Okay.
So I'm gonna quickly demo ways to make this less intense if the band feels really heavy. So the first thing would be you're gonna keep doing just this guy, Hailey. I'll just show modifications, is 1 foot in. That's already gonna give me a little bit more range. Like I said, if I'm 6 feet tall versus my height, this band's gonna feel a lot heavier if it's the same length. Your next place is kneeling on the band. So now there's a lot less tension for me, but say you're 6 foot tall and you're another foot taller, this might be the same amount of tension as it is me and Hailey standing on the band.
6 foot tall, you lucky duck.
Yeah, just quick ways to adjust intensity, because I know, thank you, Lawrence. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about like just how to set the equipment up, right? And you kind of want to learn that before if you want to get an intense workout and you're like having to screw around with the equipment, it could be annoying, right? Because you're like, well, I'm kind of losing like my heart rate, I'm slowing down. So learning how to use the equipment is nice. So does that feel so much lighter kneeling on it?
It actually, it was too much for me standing up, which is funny because I do.
So that band probably is more intense, which is a great point. It's like, just because my band is light and her band is light, it doesn't mean it's going to feel the same. It can have a different level of intensity to it.
Right. Or if you were out wearing 3.5-inch heels last time, don't feel like standing, then kneel and choke up on it a little bit, right?
Right.
Okay. See,
right.
Where fitness and fashion come together.
Options. And then to level it up, say your band is just like so light and you're like, I cannot feel anything, then take your feet wider on that band and that will give you some tension. You probably will be like, I can't curl it. So there's so many options, and like this isn't just relevant for our bicep curl exercise right now. You could have done everything I just said with like the shoulder press. Like if you're doing a shoulder press, so if it's too light, you go wider. If it's way too heavy, you kneel on it. So there's just tons of ways to adjust the equipment, but do the same move in a class. I don't feel like you're gonna be able to shoulder press that one. You might have to kneel on that one.
And oh my God, Lindsay, I literally just moved my legs out. I mean, not even an inch, and I'm like, oh, feels like I'm lifting a crane.
And if people are at home and not really sure how to use the equipment, they might be standing on it in a way they don't even know it's making it more difficult for the exercise.
Is it the same if you widen your knees, or is that not good when you're kneeling?
Yeah, you could widen your knees a little bit. I wouldn't go too wide though, because you want to still feel like really stable. But yeah, if you widen the knees, it's gonna stand on more of the band, which will make it shorter on the ends so that it will be more tension.
I think I like this for my body right now today, whatever like that may mean.
See, and with my band, I think I've got like a looser tension. I'm thinking the standing for this is perfect.
But I like it because I'm a little bit wider, and then look, is this okay to loop it around like that so I have a little bit more security? So instead of holding it like this, or is that?
Yes, definitely. But just one thing to notice, like I had mentioned with other ones, because of the angle that the band is attached to from the floor, it can really pull on the wrist. So you want to watch the form in the wrist, right? So it's pulling down, so it could tilt the wrist down, and then you'd be bicep curling like that. So you just want to make sure you've got a strong wrist, and we're curling a straight line from the eye of the elbow to the fist.
Yeah. And again, like I'm really thinking about the coming down, not so much of the coming up, which is, look, I mean, I'm literally shaky right now coming down.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this.
Good. Good.
This is awesome. I love these simple adjustments. It's so great. Thank you. That was a game changer, because these bands are tricky. They're like, it's a lot of band.
Yeah, and don't leave them in the heat. They will get like sticky and stuck together. They don't like the heat. So this isn't something you store outside like gym equipment. Any of this rubber stuff I would not leave outside. It just doesn't do well. Like that's not a good idea.
Noted.
Okay, guys. So we got the magic circle. This Has so many uses. I use it a bunch for inner thighs, arms, legs. Literally, you can do a full body workout with all of this equipment. But today I decided to do a little bit of extension with it. There's an exercise called the Swan. So this ring actually has quite a good amount of resistance to it. We are going to be doing the Swan laying down on your belly. So it's got a little bit of a setup. So we're down on the stomach. You're going to stand the ring up on one pad in front of your face, and it's going to be about a foot away from you. So it's not super close. So it's standing on one pad. You can see through the ring if you look straight forward, and you're going to put your hands on the top pad. Your arms in this position should be almost straight. If not, you can just adjust how close or far the ring is. So you're going to lower your chest down so your head is through the arms. And then you're going to push down on the ring. And we're going to lift the chest up and set the shoulders down. So once you do a rep or two, you can kind of gauge if that feels correct in the body. For me, I feel like I want to be about an inch closer. So I'm going to move the ring in a little closer. So I'm going to let my head drop down on the bottom, and then I'm going to press down onto the ring and pull my shoulders down my back. Big breath in, expand through the collarbone, and then exhale. We're releasing the resistance on the ring. It's going to become a circle again. Inhale, push the ring down to lift your chest up. Push the shoulders down the back. Okay, so if my legs are coming up, I'm assuming I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so if the legs are coming up, I want you to kick the top of the foot into the floor. Like the toenail side of your foot, make pressure, push it down, and that should actually lift your knees away from the ground. Oh, that's your anchor. Your feet. Your feet should be down. Feet down, knees up. Yeah. Oh. So as you push your feet down, the knees will lift up. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, good. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that looks really good. So when you come up, let's pretend I'm doing the Swan. I'm just doing it really close. I'm pushing into the ring. I want to drop the shoulders and pull my heart through. Yeah, move your shoulder blades together. Oh. Yeah. So we're accessing the upper back. So I'm going to push down on the ring and draw my upper back muscles together. Wow. And then, but I should be feeling it. I feel it in my back, but not like in a bad way. Like I don't have. Yes. And right where you're pointing is perfect. You want to feel it here at the base of the shoulder blades. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, okay, so you push down, relax, slide down as you lift up, and then you open the collarbone and you want to move from the back ribs. We're pushing the sternum through. That's the extension, not from sticking the butt out, right? So we're slightly tucked in the pelvis, and we're trying to move from our upper back. And what this exercise is helping us do is stretch open the chest. And here's our kyphotic curve. The kyphotic curve in the upper back, it goes out of the body, which isn't a bad thing. That's a natural thing. But what's happening these days, it's called hyperkyphosis. So we're coming here, like it's way too big of a curve. Oh. So when we do extension, it's helping to balance that, right? It's taking us from this hyperkyphosis state to a more normal kyphosis state where we're not overstretched, yeah? So instead of stretching your shoulder blades apart in this exercise, you're pulling them together and stretching the chest open. Yeah. When I go up, am I pulling up from my hands or my belly or my? So you're pulling up from your back. Okay, so I was doing it right. All right, and feeling it right here is good. Yeah, I mean that's exactly where you want to feel it. Oh, good. Good work. Okay, we're gonna press back into a child's pose. So after I do extension, something to counter it. You can do child's pose. Or you can come up to all fours and round your back out. This one's a little bit more active. You just suck your ribs and belly button up and spread your shoulder blades apart. That should feel nice. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I really feel it in my back.
That was so dark. I can't believe that. That was amazing, Lindsay.
Hey, awesome.
Like, whew.
Well, we are going to finish with stretches with the ring. So, like I said, there's tons of more exercise we can do with all this equipment, which we'll keep showing you. But for today's class, we're going to finish stretching with the ring. So we're going to lay it down on the back. Oop, maybe not there. The sun's right in my eyes. That's better. Okay. So we're going to put the right toes in one pad of the ring, and then our hands will hold the other pad. The left foot is bent on the floor, and we're going to extend straight up through the right leg. Now, one thing I see a lot here is people get really focused on straightening the leg and bringing it as close to their face as possible. This is really not stretching the hamstrings as much as you could get. This is actually beginning to move into the lower back. So we want to take the hips into a neutral position. So even put a little bend in the right knee. Press your butt down so your lower back gets lighter or possibly lifts off the ground. This may mean your right leg is more bent and further away from you rather than being super close and straight and your hips are off the ground. So flex your foot, heel up, booty down. How does that feel in your back?
I mean, I just went into like a Pilates pelvic floor thing, and it totally changed everything.
Oh, good. Awesome.
That was great. So just point and flex.
Yeah, you can point and flex. You can hold the heel in a flex position. You can do a little bend and extend of the knees. You can play around with the stretches, but I would just really maintain the neutral position of the spine. So whatever you decide to do, your butt is down and your low back has space between you and the floor. That's your fun part.
I'm shaky right now.
Well, that's a good thing. That's your Golgi tendon organ releasing. That's what it's called. So like you said, this is the kyphotic curve and it sticks out. Your lower back curve, it goes in. So like imagine laying flat on the floor, that's what we're creating is the natural curve. So if you're doing this wrong, your lower back would be down and your butt would be up. But I want you to push your butt down and lift your lower back.
And it's not acrobatic, it's pushing out and away, right?
Yeah, good. Yeah, looks great. Okay, let's switch legs.
I already switched, sorry.
Okay, great. I thought you did, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, I'm just checking form. That looks so great. Another way to think of it, if you're having a hard time to like understand neutral spine, getting this natural lower back lift, is in your abdominal wall, right? So if I was not in neutral spine and my hips were kind of tucked and lifting, my waistline would be shortening. I'd be kind of in a crunch. So you can think about it from the reverse. You want to lengthen the distance between the front ribs and the front hips. So create more space in your abdominal wall.
Yeah, it's not as acrobatic as it seems. It's easier to.
Oh my gosh, this comment is amazing. Remember Black Swan? Remember the movie Black Swan? He says, better Swan pair, Natalie Portman / Mila Kunis versus Hailey / Bushman.
Oh, but who's Mila Kunis? It wasn't Natalie Portman the lead one?
She was the, or were they both the ballet dancers? I can't remember.
I forget.
That completes our workout for the day using tons of very affordable, easy to store equipment. I hope this gave you some ideas in a lot of different ways, like different kinds of exercises. I think Hailey's input and seeing her do the exercises, why we kind of critique them can be really helpful too, because she asks a lot of questions you may ask at home that I don't think to address during the workouts. So thank you for that. I think that's invaluable.
You mean thank you for being a student and not knowing what I'm doing?
You know what you're doing. You're awesome.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun. I can't wait to do our reformer one.
I know. And guys, Hailey and I are putting together a reformer kind of a workout video similar style like this for you guys. We're going to pre-record it, and we're also making suggestions which will be on our Amazon list of an affordable machine you can have at home, because I this is my business. So I have like an $8,000 reformer here that I also see private clients on. But I could see that if it's not your business, that's might not be like in the budget, you know? So she's going to be showing us some awesome options you can get. And hey, you know, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is coming up. So maybe there's some good deals we can find for you guys.
There are some seriously good deals. I am not allowed to say them, or else Amazon will kick me off. But no, there are some really great deals for not just equipment but fashion.
Yeah,
all
and
Pilates fashion.
we are wearing, so today I'm wearing Craze, which you guys know I've worn Craze forever. So this is in the link below. Extra small. I always kind of size down for them. They're pretty, and they're leggings. I size out, and 25-inch if you're not tall. The 28-inch is kind of long. And your outfit's on the list too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Shopper look. I'm looking at myself. It's like it's quite a never mind. It's very, very neutral.
You're Switzerland. You're neutral.
Oh, yeah, right. I love the historical reference.
Thank you.
History,
I did pay attention in school a little bit. Well, you guys, be sure to check Hailey out on My Chic Style. I have everything we talked about today down in the description. But if you cannot find it, please comment below. We're happy to help. And we would also love to hear if you have any other ideas of classes that would be helpful for you that Hailey and I could put together. We are more than happy to pursue that. So, guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week and weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Linz.
Thank you, Hailey. Take care.
See ya.
I don't know how to end it, so it might be a second.
And
okay, I figured it out. Bye.